Some time ago, back in the good old days when we didn't have to pay for anything, whenever you saw this logo animation over here, you had to be prepared for a crazy action-packed story involving an unhinged character, mostly a crazy woman, and crazy scenes like this. I'm a little bit confused over here. She almost got hit by a car. Let's look at it properly. She looked on the road, so she clearly saw the car coming. The guy had enough time to stop the car. She still walks into the road for some reason. The guy stops the car, and so he doesn't hit her. From this shot, the car is far away from her, so she should be fine, right? I don't know why she fell down dramatically like this. She ends up in the hospital, and then she meets the guy, John Dumelo.
I have lost a laptop and several very important irreplaceable files, owing to your sheer recklessness and irresponsibility. How do I get around that?
I don't know how a laptop in a bag gets destroyed and loses data in this situation, but whatever. This movie is called The Prince Bride, and the title is perfect because this entire movie, like the whole story, is surrounded around the prince trying to find a bride in the craziest of ways, and we'll get to it. So right in the beginning of this movie, I'm thinking, I've watched enough of these Ghanaian movies to know that something is always off with them, and I was right. Just like any old Ghanaian movie, the woman is crazy because she's in love with a guy, and she faked this whole thing to get his attention.
Akila, all that happened between us, the accidents, the laptop, everything was just a plot to satisfy my urge to loving you.
Yes, and the way this story unfolds from this beginning to the ending I just showed you, and the way it moves into the part 2 is mind-blowing, bro. I watched this movie when it came out years ago, but I'd forgotten it totally. I remember the part 2. Because the part 2 was crazy, but I'd forgotten the part 1 totally. But watching it again, oh my god, they need to pay us tax for putting us through this content back in the day. My god, we'll get to all of it, don't worry. Now let's meet our characters. We have Prince Akila, heir to the throne of the kingdom Mazula, who was once the king of the kingdom Dudwala in another movie where Jackie Appiah, once again, she's in this movie where she once again was loved by the king and almost killed by her sister because the sister wanted the king. Again, another crazy woman story. I think I made a video that I'll put that video on this channel. Then we have Solange, played by Yvonne Nelson. She's not a queen or anything in this video, but she was once Princess Tyra in the kingdom of Ilugbo, who also tried to destroy Jackie Appiah again because the prince of Ilugbo kingdom wanted her. My god, it's like one universe. So after insulting each other a little bit, Prince Akila takes Solange to her house in his hammer, which at that time was the most luxurious guy in town. If you had a hammer, you were like the biggest man in town. Anyway, so they went home, and as a way to get the prince to enter her room, she shows us that she is absolutely dumb, like she cannot memorize 2 lines.
Listen, I barely even know you, and for all I care, you could bolt away and be gone with the wind.
What do you want?
An address. Just give me that address.
5 Venus Road.
I want it written.
I don't have a pen.
What an ideal man. Come with me.
At this point, the prince does not know that the pen is just a way to his penis. You understand? So she goes in there and then she offers him a drink and tries to sugar him a little bit. She should have just taken off her clothes there and then that would have worked.
No thanks, I'll skip it.
What arrogance. Do you realize I should be...
I said I will skip it. I'm sorry.
That's not good enough.
I said I'm sorry.
When she said that's not good enough, I don't think she meant the volume. I'm sorry.
It's not good enough. I'm sorry.
So he leaves and comes back with a laptop, and this is where she decided to warm up to him and like introduce herself and all that stuff. And after she found out because she already knew, as she was talking to the prince, the vibe changed. And over here, she said something that gave me some kind of flashbacks.
Solange Mumuni, daughter to the current Minister for Culture.
Akila, prince and heir to the throne of Mazula.
Oh my god! My prince! My prince, I'm so sorry. I said it! You know, there was something special about you. How come I didn't recognize you? My prince, I must be punished.
My prince, I must be punished. Those of you who watch movies on XXX websites, you know that after this line, in those movies, after this line, a lot of things come after. After they say, I must be punished, the girl gets punished in a way that is nice, but also not good for your brain. In those movies, after she says, my prince, I must be punished, the next thing you hear is,
indeed, I must punish you. Strip down all your garments, turn around and bend over. I'm going to feast on your insides with my magic wand.
Then they'll cut to the bedroom and you'll be hearing, you understand? You know, if you know, and you must repent. Okay, this year, let's be praying. Every midnight, let's be praying together. Okay, because we have to quit. So now you're introduced to the very beautiful Jackie Appiah, who is called Bernice in this movie. And for the 10th time, the 100th time in Ghanaian movie history, she's about to suffer a lot because she's in the way of a crazy woman and the man she wants. And over here, Bernice and Solange are actually best friends. But before all of that happens, we are taking deeper into the life of the prince, where he gets a letter telling him that his father is dead. That's why he's crying over here. So he traveled back home to the kingdom of Mazula to meet his mom, who, for the 100th time again, is Kalsum Sinari. Kalsum Sinari was always the mother of the crazy guy in all Ghanaian movies. She was always the mom. I'm a little confused by the grave because it's supposed to be for the king, but the person on the grave looks like Jesus Christ. I don't understand. I don't know. I guess in this universe, Jesus Christ didn't rise on the 3rd day, and Jesus Christ is the dad of Aquila, the prince of Mazula. And if we think about it very deeply, we can make some connections. We can make some very deep connections with this universe because some supernatural stuff happens in the part 2 that we can link to Jesus Christ. Aside the fact that the prince was always dressed like a chocolate rapper or a toffee rapper, this movie was made during what I call the Afro-Shakespearean era of Ghanaian cinema, where the dialogue was filled with grandiloquent vocabulary and the scripts looked like it sounded like it was written by a dictionary. Because I think back then they believed, I think it still happens today, they believe that big poetic English is good writing.
So lies the end of a great man, a great king, and a great husband.
So also lies the end of every flesh. Our tents call grace by caves open to the land of the devil.
So they wrote the movies like the way they write it for stage, because this kind of dialogue is normal for the stage, but for movies, not really. So as Prince Aquila is in Mazula, something happens. One day he's chilling in his royal quarters, royal chambers, or whatever the fuck they say in these Afro-Shakespearean movies. And he hears a voice. Now, personally, whenever I hear a voice like this, it takes me in the opposite direction. This kind of singing but he was attracted by this singing voice, and so he wrapped himself in another toffee wrapper and then goes toward the voice. I don't know, she looks like she was far away, but whatever. He found her singing a song about her mom, and it was love at first sight and hearing. It's so funny to me that he saw a girl in pain. He saw this girl in pain singing about her mom, and he thought, wow, I want to f this girl. So finally, he meets this woman who has the voice that suits his soul, and her name is
Zazie. The guest is here.
These names are always funny to me. Zazie, Aquila, their kingdom Mazula, Zuba. They always use the Z sound.
Behold my daughter. Her mother called her Kalisha, but I call her Zazie.
If they're born in this era, Princess Zazie will be calling him her Zaddy. I don't know how that will work in a bedroom.
This tongue speaks no lie. Indeed, you're a beauty to behold.
Neither mere bath nor gracious ointment has filled the glory of the sight. Your compliments should go to the spirits, Aquila, who in their magnanimity put beauty.
So the prince wraps himself in yet another chocolate wrapper and goes on a date with Zazie, and over here she decides to sing directly to him. And I must warn you, viewer discretion advised, or should I say listener discretion advised. Oh my god. And the prince, at this point, a lot of blood had rushed from his brain into his Afro penis, so he wasn't thinking right. So he just decided to lie to the girl.
No greater melody have I heard.
Really? No greater melody have you heard? Not even the original song sung by Mr. Music Man? They could have wanted a real singer to sing the song and then they put it over her voice, but they decided to let her sing it. So I don't understand why.
No greater melody have I heard.
A gift of the spirit it is.
Olarotimi was wrong. The gods are to blame for this one. Okay, the spirits gave you this voice. I don't want to worship those spirits of Mazula.
The spirits are cheats. Crowned in a goddess of beauty, they yet have gifted you with a voice of gold.
I'm enthralled by your words.
I'm enchanted by your voice.
I'm flabbergasted by your lies, my prince. In fact, I'm dismayed, disgruntled, disheartened by your lack of honesty to this young lady over here because your Afro penis is full of blood. I understand it. I understand it. You know what? I'll give it to you. It's okay. I understand. I would have done the same thing. I don't have to do the same thing, but I would have done it. Now over here, things get very bad for Akila because Zazie is a bitch. Okay, she's over here flirting surreptitiously with her prince and throwing about vocabulary.
What is this look I see in your eyes?
The eyes are but a window to the heart.
Meanwhile, she already has a fiancé. She's over here acting like she's single. Akila, on the other hand, in the couple of days, has decided that he wants to marry Zazie. Based on the voice, I guess. As he's over there throwing about big words to try and win her heart, he's hit with a big blow of his life.
Khalisha, Zazie, splendor of womanhood, emblem of beauty,
Brightness of my beauty.
Carvin!
Khalisha.
If it were you, how will you feel? How will you feel?
Now he's just like me, flabbergasted by her wickedness. But if you're willing to believe that her voice is nice, why would she lead you on?
Hi, I'm Steve, heir to the throne of Zuba.
Heir to the throne of Zuba. Zuba Eradi. I'm sure they did another name. They just put the U at the end and put the A in the middle and make it Zabu.
Just a minute, Carvin. Akila, tell me, what was it you wanted to say?
Let this boy suffer for 600 years in this life. Let this boy drink until he go to prison. You go cheap, they go carry you go prison. And
This girl, based on everything he was saying before, where do you think the conversation was going? After all the vibes you have been giving him and he has been giving you these past few days, you're still asking him what you wanted to say. Charlie. This thing happened to me before, by the way. Not like this. I was not proposing, but sometimes you can be vibing with somebody strongly, then somebody from the past will just enter and just break down everything you've been working on for the last 3 months. And it's very disheartening. It's very, if you've been there before, you know what I'm saying. So the prince leaves there with his head in shame. He doesn't want to eat any food, and his mom drops this bar on him.
They say you have yet again refused your stomach the feel for a meal.
You have yet again refused your stomach the feel for a meal. You know, I don't like this kind of dialogue, but every now and then they drop some bars, but they drop a bar. I'm like, yo, that's hard.
Starvation does not fill the hunger for love.
Neither does food, mother.
He's right. The food will not fill the space in your heart. But if you're already starving in your life, you don't have a choice but to have an empty stomach and an empty heart. Which is why when you're broke and hungry, you don't go and look for love. Because if you're not lucky, you might chop breakfast, and that kind of breakfast does not fill your stomach, okay? Also, didn't everybody know that she had a fiancé who was the heir to the throne of Zuba? Because in the previous scene at the table, the father was looking at them in a way like he knew that they liked each other, and he looked at them with an approving eye. So nobody knew that she was going to be the queen of Zuba later on.
Excuse me.
fuck love, fuck love. Fuck you, love. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Pains. Anyway, now we go back to Solange and Bernice, who are in a beauty pageant. And over here is where things start getting insane. Like crazy. So this beauty pageant is going on, and it looks like Bernice is the favorite to win the pageant. And so Solange decides to kidnap her best friend's sister. These kidnappers are terrible, by the way. This is not a place you kidnap somebody. Okay, this is the open. There's even a bar over there, so we can assume there are people inside. So kidnapping the person over there is really stupid. And this is not the only time they do a stupid crime, by the way. Somehow they don't get caught. They run away with the girl, even though she's working with another person who can raise the alarm. They don't get caught. And they take her into the car. And it's always this car, by the way. This car is, they always use this car for criminal activity in all the movies back then. There was always this car or a variation of this car. It kind of looked like this.
You're obstacle.
The cat is in the bag.
I repeat, the cat is in the bag.
these kidnappers, are they from the US Army or what? So the kidnappers forced Bernice to withdraw from the competition. And this part doesn't make any sense to me, because how does Solange know that if Bernice withdraws, she's automatically going to win? So now you can see the kind of lunatic we're dealing with over here. And this is where I started to develop a theory. And I'll go into it a little bit on, but I'll say it now. This whole movie, I feel like the entire thing is a dream that is happening in Solange's head. Like, it's a hallucination in Solange's head. And I'll break all of it down a little bit later, and it will make sense, I promise.
Who you are speaking to is irrelevant. What is important, however, is that you withdraw from the beauty pageant right now.
This guy, his Ghana accent is thick. He said irrelevant.
Who you are speaking to is irrelevant.
And how do you expect me to withdraw from a pageant that I just qualified to the final round?
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Withdraw now.
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. If you know, if this guy is from the deep inside the chocolate somewhere, if you know, you know, if you know the accent, you know. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
And if I don't?
Talk to your sister.
Now that you have your attention, shall we go back to our demand?
And I still repeat, what if I refuse to withdraw?
You might win. Most likely by then. Your sister will be dead by morning.
He wouldn't dare.
Try me. She's very beautiful and very tempting too. And this is one temptation I'll definitely fall into. We will enjoy her thoroughly all through the night and then send her body to your doorstep by morning. Trust me, I'm not prophet.
I know what he's saying is horrible. But thoroughly, we will enjoy her thoroughly. That alone, that is 3 years added to the crime. Okay, for saying thoroughly alone, whatever sentence they give him in the court, 3 years for saying thoroughly. What do you mean? But it works, and Bernice drops out from the competition. And I like the way they framed this shot over here with Solange smiling in the background. They do it a lot in the movie. They did very well with that framing. They do it a lot. And I'll point it out whenever it comes up. Now we go back to Prince Akila, heir to the throne of Mazula. I guess he's going to be the king of Mazula now because his father is dead. But he comes back to Accra, and because he lost Zazie, okay, he lost his Zazie, now he's back looking for a bride. As I was saying before, the whole thing is him just looking for a girl desperately. So he comes back to Solange, who insulted him, the girl who did all kinds of craziness. He comes back to her.
The Prince of Mazula is asking me out.
Oh my God.
He sends his servants to Solange's house, and the first thing he's hit by is this Afro Bobby over here. That guy in the previous scene was kissing a lot of the girls in the palace. That guy in that movie was just there to kiss the girls. He wasn't acting. Also, another thing I'm realizing about these old movies is that the gate men were always useless because they let anybody in. Like, why would they let this guy in? The guy doesn't know the gate man does not know who this guy is, but they let him in and he entered the house. Why would you let him in? It happened multiple times in this movie, and I'm remembering a lot of the old Ghanaian movies, and it happened a lot. They just walk into any house where they're not even supposed to walk into. Sometimes they walk in and get murdered. So now here's where things start getting even crazier. First of all, Akila has some kind of romantic ADHD because he met Zazie a few days, wanted to give her a ring, wanted to marry her. He didn't get her. Now he's back to Solange, the random girl that he hits with his car, and now he wants her now. Maybe because she's a queen now, not a proper queen, but a beauty queen. So he wants another queen by his side, I guess. And it gets crazier because the moment he meets Bernice, who was introduced by Solange, by the way. Okay, Solange introduced Bernice to the prince. The moment he meets her, he's in love with her. And he wants her now. His mind has shifted from Solange.
Such beauty. So innocent.
My pleasure.
Please give your number to my aide, Cassim. Farewell.
Bye-bye.
Don't tell me you're falling for my friend.
It is typical of royals not to deny that which the heart feels.
What the hell? This one, I would even be angry because what do you mean? Like, you like me and you see my friend and all of a sudden you've switched, and not in a subtle way, not like in a gradual way. Immediately. What are you trying to tell me? That my friend is finer than me? Is finer than me to the point where just looking at her can shift your whole mind? Nah, crazy. Now Solange is burning with jealousy. Remember, she kidnapped Bernice's sister to win a pageant. So imagine what she's going to do now.
She's beautiful.
Akila, she's engaged. Take your eyes off her.
Don't tell me you're jealous.
This is my date. Stop embarrassing me.
Exactly. Stop embarrassing her. What do you mean? It's her date. Okay, I know she's bad, but I'm on her side now. Why are you embarrassing our girl? But the prince really, really wants Bernice. So Solange and the prince make a deal.
Not with a girl with no class. Come on, girl, I house.
You will get her for me.
And you will be ready to bear the cost.
Name the price.
Let's start with your Hummer.
And then he buys Bernice a new Benz.
Happy birthday.
I've never been more honored in my life.
This makes Solange even more jealous. And again, I like the shot over here with Solange in the background. Yvonne Nelson just had the right face for wickedness in this movie. She had the right kind of frown for these kind of roles. I think that's why she got typecast, because I never saw her play the cute love interest. I don't remember. I'm sure she did, but I don't remember her playing a lot of those movies where she's the innocent love interest. Appiah had the innocent face, so she was always the innocent one getting killed and beaten and destroyed all the time. I think because Princess Tyra was the movie that put Yvonne Nelson on the scene, she started getting a lot of those roles, and she did well with a lot of them. Of course, Bernice falls in love immediately, because who wouldn't? It's a brand new car. Wouldn't you? I would.
Don't tell me you're desiring me.
Without missing words, I think I'm loving you.
But you hardly even know me.
Number of years or days known matters not to the heart.
True, but it matters to the head. Just like number of likes on a video doesn't matter to my heart, but it matters to the algorithm. So please, if you're watching this video and like what I've seen so far, please like the video. Okay, like the video. Oh yeah, Jet. Thank you for liking the video.
I'm fine.
No, you're not.
Bernice has stabbed me in the heart.
So now Solange is dying inside. This man that she risked her life for with a fake accident now likes her best friend. And the prince makes it a point to keep embarrassing her continuously. It was so bad. Like over here.
Hey, how's the date?
Good. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Solange?
My prince.
What is it?
Is it here that you want to have this conversation? You like the other girl, so what? Is it here in front of the best friend that you want to have this conversation? Why do you keep embarrassing this girl?
Come. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You see, my love, like a fabric, is frayed with that of Bernice. Life without her is not worth living.
Really? You just met the girl, just met the girl, but like now life without her is not worth living. And so what? Why are you telling Solange this thing? Life without her is not worth living. So continue doing it. You're just embarrassing this girl, and she's wicked. She will kill your girlfriend. Oh. So after this conversation, Solange removes her mask and just tells her friend what's going on.
Bernice, you have stolen what is mine. But hey, I don't blame you. It's not your fault anyways. Let me, however, warn you. Love is not a castle built on illusions and hope. I would so hate to see you hurt, and something tells me you would be.
Let that be my worry.
Wow, I can see you're already in love.
Who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't? It's a brand new car. Wouldn't you? Once again. So as Solange is dying from jealousy, Zazie, the amazing singer, is dying from childbirth. So Prince Akila goes back to Mazula, to the hospital, to see her.
So what are her chances?
Well, let's hope for the best.
I don't share in that philosophy. What are her chances?
On the scale of 10, I'll pick 4. We cannot save the mother and the baby. One had to go.
Save the mother.
And the child?
Leave the child to the mercies of the Almighty.
I don't understand. Why does he get to make that decision? He's not her relative. Why is he making that? Can he do that legally? Medical people, let me know in the comments. Can he do that legally? Why does he get to say save the child, save the mother? They said her dad is still in London. But where's the prince of the heir to the throne of Zuba? Where is he? This is not his child. That's another thing in the movie. It's not clear whose child this is. Whether it is Prince Akila's child in the brief moments they had, maybe his Bernice went into the Afro Kunani, or it is the prince of the heir to the throne of Zuba's child. They don't answer the question to the end. And that whole thing, this whole thing with the child comes back and ends in a very weird way in the part 2, but this video is for the part 1, so let's focus. But somehow he has the choice, so he decides to save Zazie, his original love, because his new girl Bernice is just a rebound of a rebound. Okay, so Solange is a rebound, and then Bernice was a rebound of the rebound. Amazingly, the mother and the child were saved, but the doctor's words were a little confusing.
How did it go?
It was nothing short of a miracle. We were able to save both mother and child. She's a strong girl. She hung on through it all, but I do not know for how much longer.
Why did he say it like that? He raised their hopes so high. It was a miracle. She hung on so long, she was so strong, and then dropped everything immediately after, saying, yeah, I don't know what to happen.
What exactly are you implying?
You see, at times like this, words cannot express feelings.
Imagine your doctor telling you words cannot express feelings. Bro, you went to medical school to learn the right words to express the medical condition of whoever is over there. Words cannot express feelings. Your doctor is talking like a pastor who just saw a miracle, bro. So as the gods of Mazula will have it, Zazie unfortunately dies. And as they are over there, instead of Akira calling the doctor so that they can try and resuscitate her, he was over there having flashbacks.
Told my daughter. Her mother called her Alicia, but I called her Zazie.
They could have come and they would do all the things they can for 30 minutes, and then if she doesn't wake up, but they just sat there in tears having flashbacks.
A beauty to behold. What a waste.
They say only love can heal the wounds of love.
Your son is the one who said it though. It's not they who said it. Your son said it. I think the writer over here forgot that he had used the same line in a previous dialogue scene because it was Akira who said that thing.
Erase from your heart every thought of that maiden.
Mother, only love can heal the wounds of love.
And this typically happens when a writer is told to write a whole movie in 3 days. And sometimes the writers, they take pride in this stuff, like I can write a whole movie in 3 days. This is what will happen. You forget. And we know back in those days, I know somebody who was in the industry, and I don't want to remove their thoughts to the people, but they told me how they used to come up with these stories sometimes. And it was insane. It was crazy. I know they still do it. In Nollywood YouTube, they still write scripts in few days and shoot it in 1 day and edit it in 1 day and drop it every day. So it's never surprising to me when I watch the movies and they have so many issues with the scripts because they are writing the scripts in too short a time. But I'm not complaining. I love these movies. I'm not complaining. So the prince goes to Accra because he has lost it. There's no chance of him getting Zazie now. So he goes to Accra to get Bernice. And as if he hadn't embarrassed Solange enough, when he's proposing to Bernice, he calls Solange to come and sit over there. I don't understand. And he starts his speech by introducing Solange.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you the Queen of Legon, the delectable Miss Solange Mumuni, to witness this important moment in my life.
Why is it so important for Solange Mumuni to witness this important moment in the prince's life? Unless the whole thing is a hallucination where Solange is the main character in her own head. This is just my theory. Like, this thing only happened in your head. Like, when you're having a dream, you're the main character, so everything has to come back to you in a way. My theory is that this story is a hallucination of Solange in a mental hospital, and Solange is a person who has revenge fantasies, and so she's coming up with this hallucination where people do her wrong, and the people who do her wrong, she gets them back. She gets revenge. This might sound crazy to some of you, but walk with me for a second. The accident in the beginning doesn't make any sense. The car doesn't hit her. The parts where Bernice's sister gets kidnapped, the way the kidnapping happened right next to a bar, there's another person over there, nothing happens, everything goes smoothly, and she doesn't know that Bernice dropping out to make her win, but she wins. Solange wins the whole thing. Now the prince is proposing to Bernice, and she has to be acknowledged in some way. This is my own way of trying to patch everything together and make it make sense. If you look at it like that, this is how it's like the Joker movie, right? There are theories that the Joker movie is it happening in his head? Is it reality? That's this movie. This is the Joker Ghallywood version. And then over here, when the prince proposes, the media happens to be hiding in the background and they all just appear with their cameras and stuff. They didn't know that he was going to propose. Did he call them? I think they brought this media because back then we didn't have phones on us all the time that could take high quality videos. So they had to find a way to get the story out there in the movie, and so they had to bring the real media with their camcorders and stuff. It looks weird, but that's what they did. I think Solange likes the spotlight, so she dreamed the media up on the spot and just spawned out of nowhere. And the reason why my theory makes sense, first of all, is this one over here, this scene over here.
London, California, Switzerland.
What?
The venue for the wedding.
Ghana.
Proudly Ghanaian.
Ghana, you have the option to go to all these countries. They chose Ghana. It's a lie. It's a lie. Nobody's choosing Ghana in this situation. But the reason why my theory makes sense is that if you're watching this movie for the first time, you would think, okay, Solange is going to she's going to reap what she sows. She's going to get consequences for her actions. They're going to arrest her or something for all the bad things she has done. No. Okay? This movie goes on and Solange gets no consequences. She gets away with every single thing. Does it make sense to you now? How else? if she's not hallucinating this, because she will not lose in her head. You understand? So she has to win and she won. And she does some crazy stuff later in the story. Now let's get out of my head and get back to the movie as it is. So the jealousy eats into Solange a lot more because now Bernice is getting more media attention than her.
You breed confidence itself. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so
You're
much.
well deserved. Madam, how old are you?
Oh, mine. Find out. Madam, is it true that you are tying the knot with Prince Akila, heir to the throne of Mazula?
True. Madam, are you prepared to be the first lady and then queen of Mazula?
Oh yeah, also back into the theory. In this scene over here, Solange is standing over there. Bernice and the other friend come. But weirdly, Bernice and the other friend cannot see Solange. The way they are standing, they should be able to see her, but they just don't. If they are best friends, there's no way they're just ignoring her. But they don't see her at all. Why? Why? The theory is true. She's hallucinating it and they are not seeing her because she's not there. This is how it makes sense. Okay, let me know in the comments below what you think. What you think of my theory? Because some of this stuff is strange. Okay, obviously a lot of it is due to not so great filmmaking, but that's what we had at the time. That's what they could do best at the time, and they did it. In fact, I think if they do part 3, the Venus Films people, I know they watch some of my videos on my main channel because they use my thumbnail for. They use the thumbnail I made for my video on Playboy. They used it for the movie Playboy on their channel, so I know they might see this video. If they decide to make a part 3 of this movie and bring the gang back together, they should use that plus line of Solange hallucinating the entire movie. They should then at the end of part 2, she'll wake up in the mental hospital and then they can continue the story from there. They'll find a way to make it happen. Now back to the movie itself. So Akila is taking Bernice to Europe to go and shop, but Solange is stuck over here in Ghana with her bend down boutique at Cantamanto, and she doesn't like that.
Akila is taking me on a Europe tour. I am to do shopping in Paris! Oh, thanks to you! Oh, mine! God used you for me.
Oh, you are wrong, Bernice. It's the devil that is using her, not for you at all. Over here is where she goes to the prince to confess that the whole thing was a plan from the beginning, a plan from the beginning.
I struggled so hard, risked my life to gain your attention. Akila, all that happened between us, the accidents, the laptop, everything was just a plot to satisfy my urge to loving you.
And this scene confirms my theory again. She goes back to the prince to tell him that the whole thing was fake. And what does the prince do?
Bernice and I are getting married in a month's time, and you are a choice of a bridesmaid.
They say absence makes the mind grow fonder. I'll arrange for you to spend a vacation in Paris, and when you come back, you shall be your best man's bridesmaid.
Why would he do that? Why would he offer her a vacation to Paris so that she will clear her mind from him? Huh? It can only happen if you are hallucinating and you decide to give yourself a reward in your own daydream. That's what Solange is doing over here. And this is how part 1 ends. And from here, the whole thing unravels into more craziness. After watching this part 1, I didn't think they could get crazier because, again, I remember the movie. I watched it when it came out, but I've forgotten a lot of it. I remember the part 2 a little more because it's crazier. I remember a couple of scenes over there, but I'd forgotten most of it. So when I watched it again, I was like, yo, this movie is wild, bro. This movie is crazy. And this is my shit. This is what I like watching. This is what I like doing. Okay, so if you want me to do a part 2, I'll do it even if whether I want it or not. But subscribe to the channel if you have gotten this far. Like the video if you've gotten this far, you haven't. And if you've had fun, let me know in the comments below. And I will drop part 2 real soon. Love you guys so much. Bye.